The revolutionary quad deck forming system is another high-quality, energy-efficient, insulating concrete form system. Quad deck is a pan-floor form designed for both commercial and residential construction. Quad deck panels shape a series of T-beams on 2-foot centers which integrate with a concrete slab. The resulting monolithic concrete structure now provides two-way span capacity and a shear plane for superior structural performance. The panels interlock with a tongue-and-groove design at the base of a 5-inch wide cavity that forms the concrete T-beams. Quad deck comes in several sizes, creating concrete beams between 5 inches and 10.5 inches in height. Rebar is placed in each beam pocket, so the resulting T-beam functions like a conventional floor joist. The thickness of the quad deck and the depth of the concrete slab will determine the overall beam height and thus the span capacity of the entire structure. Integral molded-in metal joists add strength to the panels, eliminating the need for secondary shore members, usually 4x4 wood beams and plywood decking. Primary I-beam shores are placed approximately every 6 feet as called out by the project engineer. Even at a 6 to 8 foot spacing, quad deck panels provide a safe and secure platform to support crews, reinforcement, and concrete. Quadlock recommends that an engineered shoring design be used in all cases and that removal of shoring be done only with permission from the structural engineer. Generally, sufficient concrete strength can be generated in 3 to 7 days, depending on the mix design and local weather conditions. The local ready-mix concrete supplier will design the right mix for the desired cure time. Once shoring is in place, quad deck panels can be placed by hand in a fraction of the time required for conventional forms. Forms are laid over the top of shoring members to form a pan-form system of T-beams on 2-foot centers. Reinforcing steel, called out by the project engineer, is laid in the bottom of each T-beam to give the structure its span capacity. Reinforcing steel must also be tied into the supporting wall structure to provide a solid floor-to-wall connection. Consult the Quadlock product manual or website for different options on making this connection. Welded wire mesh or an additional rebar grid is laid on top of the quad deck and reinforces the slab that is poured generally between 3 to 5 inches in depth. Quad deck T-beam structures can be designed using 40% less concrete than full-depth suspended slabs. In most cases, quad deck is cut to length in the factory according to precise shop drawings taken from the building plans. This eliminates labor and waste at the job site. However, if necessary, field cuts are easily made using common construction equipment. Quad deck can be used in many applications like floors, flat roofs, low-pitch roofs, and even poured into wall panels on the ground and lifted into place for insulated tilt-up construction. Tilt-up panels can be formed without the traditional casting bed or bond breakers and consume less reinforcing bar than conventional tilt-up. Quad deck tilt-up panels are furred, insulated, and ready for finishes upon placement, cutting down installation time and material costs. Like all insulating concrete forms, quad deck is both forming and insulation. R values range from 16 to 34 depending on foam thickness, delivering the best combination of R values and low air infiltration for energy efficiency. Architectural finishes can be applied on the ground, since quad deck tilt panels are constructed face up using conventional slab finish techniques like exposed aggregates, stamping, staining, and cutting. Because floor, roof, and wall sections built with quad deck require far less concrete, they reduce the weight of the structure by up to 40%. This means that smaller, less expensive lift equipment may be used in panelized construction, and supporting structures may be of smaller design for poured-in-place applications, which all translates into lower cost of installation. Quad deck is the ideal product for the construction of green roof systems, with superior span and low bearing capacity and the absence of any elements that are susceptible to damage from moisture. Please consult Quadlock Technical Services Department for proper layout and sizing, and always involve a local professional engineer. Thanks for being with us. The quad lock system is easy to build with when following the basic principles we have shown. We look forward to hearing from you about your quad lock project.